Good morning. Oh. How is everybody? I hope you're not taking this down too seriously. I'm going to be talking about a few things that you'll just have to read in between the lines. Some things I just have to be careful about what I say for obvious reasons. There's a reason they put R ratings on certain movies. There's a reason there's NC-17, there's rated X, and there's a reason they completely shut people out. Completely. And you just have to read between the lines. So when I say down, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a gorgeous morning here on this beautiful Pepper Beach Park in Fort Pierce, Florida. And I'm doing as I normally do, go for my morning swim. Normally my swim's a little bit longer than that, but I don't know, I've never done a live where I go swimming. Normally nudity is not permitted, but since I'm a male in this gender messed up world, where you just rule the world, I can go around on YouTube with my top off. Where if you are the other gender, you are not allowed to do that. Although there are some beaches here in Florida where the other gender can in fact do that, go topless if they decide to do so. I've not been there, don't really care to go, but you know, whatever. Normally, I'm going to flip this around, there's not nearly as many people here as there is today at this time of day. Y'all probably can't see them, and I have no idea what the quality is. It's probably not very good. I may have to end this and I may wind up deleting it, but I get here and there's about 20 really young people here. They look like teenagers, which is encouraging to me. You know, a lot of teenagers could be out here getting fucked up and drunk and being hung over in an early morning like this. But these kids are out here just having a good time on the beach. And that's really nice to see. And not one of them is wearing one of those gags over their face. I gotta be careful not to say the M word, because the M word tends to get flagged. But I want to talk to y'all, and I've brought this up. Oh, this brings me to my first topic. My community section has long been censored, and this dates back to about 3 or 4 years ago to the Momo days, where Momo was out to get all the kids and turn all your kids gay, and or whatever Momo was. It was apparently harmful to children, and the gods there at YouTube just said, we're going to delete anything that has children in it. You know, never mind the A-list Hollywood actors, all their kids in movies. That's different. Anyways, my comment section is back. And it's really exciting to me because I can talk to people about on a little more direct level without the overwhelming comment section, particularly in my bigger videos. I can talk to people, the old school people that, you know, really dig deep to more than just, you know, watch the Parker movie, and dig deep into a little bit more of what I'm doing with my channel. So anyway, that being said, my comment section being back up on my community section, I've posted a link in there twice now in the last 2 or 3 days. How many of you have heard of NFTs? A non-fungible token. They've been around for at least a year, possibly a couple. I became aware of the NFTs about 2 months ago. I finally got to meet an old online friend of mine, Jeffrey Phillips. He and his girlfriend live out in California, the exact opposite side of where I'm at. He and I have known each other at least since 2010, 2011, when Bitcoin was mere pennies. Now, if you have to be living under a rock, even for someone like me that doesn't really watch the news, and whatever I do watch, I take it with a grain of salt because I know they're all lying bastards. You've got to be living under a rock to not have heard of Bitcoin by now. Some of us have been talking about it for years, and even I, the great skeptic that I am, even I did not take Bitcoin as seriously back then when I knew about it as I should have. But an NFT is a non-fungible token. You might ask yourself, just like I did, what the hell is a non-fungible token? Well, first of all, I'm not an expert in this, and there are people who are far more qualified, even on YouTube, that can explain it better than me. But to put it in Caleb layman terms, a fungible token is something that can be exchanged for exactly the same thing. Pull out a $10 bill, if you manage to still held on to one after the BS down, and give that $10 bill to somebody, and a week later they give you $10 back. Do you really care if they give you that exact same $10 bill? No. 99 times out of 100, nobody cares to get that exact same note back, that dollar back, that $10 bill. That is a fungible item. It can be replaced for something of the exact same value, and you don't care which one it is as long as you get it back. Non-fungible, however, means basically the exact opposite. If you have a non-fungible item, it's like one of your kids. Well, Caleb, we're going to take your 4 kids away from you, but what if we, after you get out of family court jail, we'll just give you 4 different kids. They're just kids, right? And obviously, I would say no. I want my children back. My children are non-fungible. Same way with your dog. Someone runs over your dog, or kills your dog, or gets involved with those people with shiny badges and guns and get scared all the time and shoot your dog. Oh, we'll just buy you another dog. Looks just like your old one, pretty much. You're like, no, I want Fido. Fido's my dog. You killed my dog. You can't, it's irreplaceable. So in the crypto space, a non-fungible token is the exact same thing. It is something that artists are able to now use where they weren't in the past able to use, and they can capitalize on their art. First and foremost, well, I guess I should say in addition to, I am not an artist. Or at least I don't consider myself an artist. However, after doing my own research, looking into non-fungible tokens, NFTs, I've come to realize that how we view art, well, art in and of itself is, the old saying, in the eye of the beholder. Nothing has ever more rang true. I happen to have educated myself years ago on how to hold a camera, of which I'm breaking so many of my own rules right now, but I don't really care. My kids being taken from me is not at stake at the moment. I learned how to talk to police officers, and I learned how to hold an iPhone, which is what I'm holding now. And I happened to catch a moment, 72 minutes long worth, that is apparently very, very unique, or else it wouldn't have 35 million views on it as we speak. And TikTokers wouldn't keep reposting it every 3 or 4 months, which I'm glad they do. I want the message to get out, but as I've said many, many times, there's not a lot of money to be made in being a family court activist. I've had everything, and this is not unique to me, yanked away from me, my children, my liberty, 60 days in jail, and all my money, and my kids, and my liberty. It was all taken from me. I am finally recovering, finally. And I am not ashamed to say that I will happily get involved with NFTs if I can, in fact, recover some of my losses. I'll never get back what was stolen from me as far as time with my children. But I'm having to internalize that and deal with it in my own way. And one of the ways I do that is that. I go swimming right there every morning. It's fun. I like it. So, what if other people see what my work, if it's any valuable, has any value to them? I'm considering turning some of my rare captured moments into NFTs myself. I made a foundation.app profile. And I'm not going to try to explain what foundation.app is. There's, again, many more YouTubers who can explain it a lot better than me. But they've only been around since February this year. But they've already had some big time successes. You can just go to foundation.app and you can find out for yourself. No, they're not paying me to do this yet, hopefully, if the NFTs go through. And anyways, now that I did set up my account, I did verify through my Twitter, through my YouTube channel, through my Instagram. They make sure that I am who I say I am. And anybody else trying to make an NFT with anything that I've done, you can easily look up and know that it's a fraud. The difference is, lots of people have done that in the past. The difference with non-fungible tokens and using cryptocurrency as a way to capitalize is they use what's known as the B word. And it's not the B word you're thinking of. It's the really much more confusing one, the blockchain. The blockchain, in layman's terms, is a verifiable way for anybody to find out if what this guy is selling, or what this chick is selling, actually came from them. If you so desired, like for instance, who doesn't know who Grumpy Cat is? Everybody knows who Grumpy Cat is, right? Got really famous back in 2012, I think. This cute little kitty was, apparently she had some kind of deformation when she was born. Her name was Tard, and they posted a picture of her being this frowny face to Reddit. It's so easy. Anybody can knows who this cute little cat is, Grumpy Cat. And so people say, well, what good is an NFT when I can just download Grumpy Cat? Well, anyway, first of all, the person who took that picture of that kitty probably doesn't consider themselves an artist, but they turned that kitty picture into an NFT, and it sold for like, I don't know, 30 or 40 Ethereum. Multiply that, any day you watch this, the price of Ethereum is basically going up in the long run. They sold it for a lot of money, and if you're on the exchanges, you can turn Ethereum into any other kind of cryptocurrency. You can turn it into fiat dollars like the US dollar. You can turn it into lots of things. But anyway, people might say, well, why would anybody pay, like, let's say, just $500,000 for this picture of this cat when I can get on the internet and download it for free? Well, an easy way to understand that is the Mona Lisa. Almost nobody on earth has not at least heard of the Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, as many of you know, is a 15th or 16th century painting, probably arguably the most popular and expensive painting in the world, painted by Da Vinci over a period of, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. Some say even touched it up 10 years, 15 years later. Anybody can download a picture of the Mona Lisa, put it in a really nice frame. Doesn't matter how rich you are. These people that own these nice hotels or condos or apartments or whatever these are, the owners of that, you could walk into any of their houses, where it doesn't matter where they live, and if they have a picture of the Mona Lisa, it's easy to verify that is not an original Mona Lisa, because there's only one, and it's in some museum under a very large lock and key somewhere in France. In the past, that was the only way you could verify, one of the only ways you could verify that a piece of art was original or not. Now, due to blockchain technology, if anybody tries to sell the cute little cat, Grumpy Cat, as an NFT, it is so easy to verify using the blockchain that anybody can use. There's a ledger, and you go and you can click on there, is this, and it'll give you the person who made it, it'll give you the date that was sold, And if somebody bought it, they can turn around and sell it later. So that way, there is a way, and it's not hackable. You can't change it. I mean, you can try all you want to, but you can't change it. It's a public ledger. There's no central computer. There's not one single central computer. There's thousands of computers all over the world. You'd have to destroy the entire planet. So what? Are y'all even still there? My screen has gotten so dark. Anyways, where was I at? Oh yeah, non-fungible tokens. If in fact I do get invited through the powers that be at this foundation.app to become a creator, like I said, I've already got my account, verified my account, but I cannot mint a token, an NFT, until I'm invited to do so. And I assume, without having done the research and looked, I assume that's to keep out spammers and just keep out, you know, the inevitable millions of people just say, oh, I've got art, oh, I've got art, oh, I've got art, I want to sell. It's a way of, I don't know, I don't understand art myself. There's these paintings that go for $100,000 that I'm like, who would pay $100,000 for that? But again, art is in the eye of the beholder. If I have enough people that follow me on foundation.app, and if my account somehow becomes visible enough, I receive an invitation. Once I receive my invitation, then I can create my own NFT. Until then, I'm just simply somebody who has the ability to go in there and I could buy them if I want to. Art is not priority number one on my list. I've been almost homeless for a good portion of my adult life, so collecting art's kind of way down on the list. But not everybody's in my situation, and some people like art and some people appreciate it. And if you played, I've talked about before a couple months ago, in fact I was live when I was going down to Texas to A, see the kids, and B, go to Float Fest, where I first learned about NFTs. I talked about a game called Decentraland. For gamers, it's like what's the name of that? There's a building block game, I can't think of it. Minecraft. Except it's not owned by Minecraft owners, a company that could shut you down in your 10 years of work. It's owned by everyone. The software is on everyone's computer, or a bunch of computers. So it's decentralized, and you can set up shops in there. You can buy land, virtual land on there. Again, personally for me, that's nothing that I would be interested in. My kids, however, two of them, Blaine and Hayden, gigantic gamers. I told them about Decentraland, and whether or not they played or not, I haven't talked to them, I don't know. But some people do, and you can set up shops, you can buy virtual land, you can build a storefront within there, and other people are in there shopping around and moving around within Decentraland. If you bought an NFT, such as Grumpy Cat, if you were the only sole owner of that Grumpy Cat, you can display it inside your store. Let's say you did give $500,000 for it, and someone comes in your store virtually. They say, oh, there's Grumpy Cat. Let's see if that's the original, because I want to buy Grumpy Cat. They can click on it, and they can go on the ledger and find out for 100% certainty if, in fact, that is the original, real Grumpy Cat. And they could buy it, say they offered them $1 million. That person could sell their original NFT Grumpy Cat for $1 million. And the original owner, even though they wouldn't have a clue that it got sold again, would instantly get, like, I don't know, 10% of the resale. If someone later sold it, that person sold it again later for $2 million. The Grumpy Cat owner gets another 10% of that, and on and on and on. So, me being who I am, wanting to capitalize on as much as I can to recover anything I possibly can, would love to get in on this NFT thing simply because I see it as the future. The way I saw Bitcoin back in the day, but of course back then, things were a lot different. I didn't take it seriously, and I'm going to take it seriously this time. What was that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, these people are jumping in the water over there. I am taking this seriously now, and I am not bashful to say that I do not mind capitalizing on this and trying to recover anything that I possibly can from the bullshit of the family court put me through. That being said, I don't know if I'm going to put up just one or a series of them. Some dude named Logan Paul, big time YouTuber. I know his name. I don't really know anything about him. He kind of was on the leading edge of this a few months ago and sold a whole bunch of his own NFTs for, I don't know, like $5 million. Made a couple hundred different ones. I don't know, maybe I'll make a Parker series, a Blaine series, a Hayden series, and a London series, and split the sales with all my kids. I don't know, something like that. So if you are so inclined, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to include a link down below. If you want to become, make yourself your own profile on foundation.app, you can follow me, and I will in turn follow you back. There's no way I can follow everybody back on YouTube and Instagram. That's just, it's a different kind of platform, and I can't even really explain it. You'll just have to go look at it yourself. But if you follow me on foundation.app, I'll follow everyone back with the express intent of my intentions. I want that dude just went out on a boogie board and just ate it, just bit it, but they're having fun. With the express intention of promoting myself and me continually giving the big red weenie to the family court system, the crooks that sniff blood, and they find out someone's getting divorced and they got a lot of money. Like, I will never, and I have never promoted the family court, but Bill Gates is getting divorced now, and I never thought I'd say this, but the family court's got like $80 billion worth of potential money. They're just smelling it, and I wouldn't complain too bad if the family court system just raked that guy over the coals. So anyways, I'm gonna get off here because I'm dried out now, and I need everybody to feel sorry for me because I've got to go take a proper dip in this nice little pond over here. And usually, like I said, that was just a 5-minute swim. Usually my daily, I'll swim 3 or 4 times, 20 to 30 minutes each. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm going to put a link, and again, there's already a link in my community section. It's the last 2 posts I made, but when I get back, I'll put a link in this description. Y'all take care. See y'all. Cannot see a damn thing. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah.